Shalom. How you doing? Oh, that's interesting. That bracelet, what does that say on it? WWJD. Oh, that's that's different. I know that's not your initials. What does that stand for? WWJD stands for What Would Jesus Do? It's a little something that a lot of Christians we tend to wear. It serves as more or less a reminder of what not to do and what to do. So we kind of supposed to stop and think, especially when you're making those difficult decisions. You kind of look at it and it makes you think, what would he do? And whatever you know he would do, then that's what you should do. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Did you know this because of it's something like maybe in your Bible? Is that a commandment for you to wear that? Oh no, 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 no. It's not a commandment. Not at all a commandment. It's just something that actually started from a book that was written many years ago. And this gentleman, he wrote this book and it kind of went into the whole idea of people having something to remind them of how Jesus would act. And so it kind of picked up from there, and throughout the generations, people have been doing it. And every now and then it becomes popular again, and you see people wearing bracelets and t-shirts and so forth of WWJD. Wow, that's interesting. What if I told you that there is a commandment that instructs people to do something that gives them the same reminder? What if I told you that was true? Look, I respect you. I know that you're Jewish. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're Israelite. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe that's something that they do in your Torah. I think that's the name of your book, your Bible or whatever. But in my Bible, I've read the Bible, and there is nothing in my Bible that tells us to do this. Like I said, it's not a commandment. It's something that came about as something from a guy who wrote a book, but there is nothing in the Bible that tells you to do that. Yes, I am Israelite, and yes, the teachings and instructions that I follow is what's known as the Torah. But my Torah and what I learned from, you're very familiar with it. Oh no, honey, I know nothing about your Torah. I don't get into other people's teachings and instructions. I'm only into the Bible, King James Bible. That's it. That's all I deal with. Oh, I didn't mean to insult you or offend you. But no, honestly, you are very well aware of the Torah. I just think that you don't know what the Torah is, and you're super close to it, as a matter of fact. I'm going to say this again. I don't know anything about your Torah. I've heard that this is what you guys follow, and that's fine, but that's not for me. Period. So I don't know where you're getting that from, but I am getting offended because you're trying to say that I have embraced something that I know I would never embrace. Okay, well, you have your King James Bible, I assume. That's a King James Bible that you're holding there. Am I right? I mean, I'm just guessing. Yeah, that's my King James Bible. Yep, that's what I have right here. And your King James Bible has Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy in it, correct? Of course it does. I mean, that's the beginning of the book. I mean, that's the first five books. That's the Old Testament, but it's the beginning of the book. Every King James Bible that includes the Old Testament has those first five books. Of course. That's the Torah. That is the Torah. The Torah is the first five books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Now, the rest of the Old Testament, meaning from Genesis all the way to Malachi, contains or I should say, excuse me, from the book of Joshua all the way to Malachi contains Torah in it as well. But for the most part, what is taught, where God speaks, what he gave to Moses, which is the Torah, is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. I thought you guys had your own writings. I mean, so you're studying only the Old Testament? That's it? For the most part. But let me go back to what I initially asked you about. And that is, if there's anywhere in the Bible, and there is, that speaks of something that you can wear that will remind you of how you should carry yourself, much like your WWJD bracelet. I mean, that's what I want to know. Do you think there's something in your Bible that says such a thing? Oh, no. So you're going to tell me that between the pages of Genesis and Deuteronomy, there's something in there that says something like what we use our bracelets to do? I can absolutely tell you that's not true, because I have read my entire Bible, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And there is nothing in there that speaks of such a thing. Okay. Well, if you don't mind then taking your King James Bible and going to Numbers chapter 15, beginning at verse 37, and reading it out loud, I really would appreciate it. Numbers 15. Okay. Verse 37, you said? Okay. Let's see what you're talking about here. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Numbers chapter 15, verse 37. Okay, and how far am I reading? Okay. To the very end? To the very end, okay. Okay. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. So that's those things that you always walk around wearing on the 4 corners of your shirts and your jackets and your pants and or your skirts and all of that stuff. I'm always seeing like your husband with them on, and I see you wearing them. That's what those are for? Yeah, that's what they're for. They're called tzitzits in Hebrew, or as indicated there, they're fringes. And there you see they have a little piece of blue, because he said that they should contain a blue ribbon. And so, yeah, we include the blue ribbon and we wear them on the 4 corners of our garments, and they serve as a reminder to keep God's commandments. Oh, to keep God's commandments. Well, that wouldn't apply to me, because we don't keep God's commandments. God's commandments are no longer relevant. They've been done away with. I knew you were going to say that. That's another video.